Hey guys, Runding here, and actually today I want to pose a question. And the question is, since when did it become socially acceptable online to just be an absolute horrible person? I mean, just the most vile, disgusting, and hateful fucking piece of shit you can possibly be. Because if anybody has the answer to that, I would really like to know. All right. I'm going to give you an example of this. All right. There's another YouTuber out there by the name of Boogie2988. And I really like the guy. I'm subscribed to his channel actually under a couple of different names. So I can kind of flip back and forth, under different aliases and check out, his channel. But anyway, I digress. So Boogie2988, all right, he's got a character persona of Francis. Okay, now Boogie2988, for those of you that don't know, he's a larger guy. He is a man of girth. Okay, which there are plenty of people that are out there that are like that, and he's expressed the fact that he's not proud of it, but he wants to change it, but it is who he is, and that's perfectly fine. Okay, he's accepting of himself, and all he's doing is asking people to accept him as himself, as I'm pretty sure pretty much all of us would want. Okay, so his persona plays up to the fact of big guy. Also Boogie2988 is kind of like from the more southern states. So he kind of plays up that whole persona of big guy, not being very bright. Kind of whiny, nasally. Anyway, it's funny, all right? If you haven't seen it, go ahead and check it out. Well, anyway, he has a series of vlogs where it's him. It's not him as his character. And he talks about on there, and I've read the comment boards, okay, that there are people who literally get on there and say, you're a fat, ugly piece of shit. You should kill yourself. Well, why would you say that? What the hell is wrong with some of these people out there? I mean, since when did it become acceptable to just be completely and utterly socially inept? I mean, to just be as hateful as you can possibly fucking be. There's no call for that. I mean, he genuinely seems like he's a nice guy, and he's providing, entertainment. So why would you say that? Why would you just be that fucking hateful? So, I mean, Boogie2988, if you're listening to this, stay strong, man. Hey, I fully support you and everything like that. But anyway, it's not just there. It's not just YouTube either, okay? That's the another thing that I'm pretty sure a lot of you out there are actually pretty aware of. It is not just YouTube, okay? It's one of the reasons why I don't play MMOs, personally. I can't stand them. I mean, if I have some friends that are playing one or something like that, I might give it a shot. But for the most part, no. I don't do it. I don't do a lot of online play simply for that reason, okay? That... for the most part, it's just filled with just vile, disgusting people. All right, that are literally, they are prime examples of what a piece of shit is. Okay, and I've seen a lot of them that they laugh at the whole thing. When they're called trolling. I've even had some friends do it where. They say that they're going to get on a certain game, and then they just kind of whimsically start singing, then I'm just going to get on there and I'm just going to be like, troll-a-lol-a-lol-a-lol. Why? Why? What purpose? Okay? You find it funny? All right? You think it's entertaining? All right? You get jollies from watching other people suffer at your hands? Those are the traits of a fucking sociopath. All right? That's psychotic. I don't know why anybody would be proud of that behavior. So I mean, I personally, I don't get it. Another example of this is I had a friend who was actually really excited to play a certain online game, Dota 2. Don't ask me to go into the details of Dota 2 because that's not what this is about. All right, go ahead and check it out online. Whatever, blah blah blah. But anyway, I guess it's like it's like a team match type game. Okay, so that's all I'm gonna go into it. I'm getting excited. I'm smacking my mic around over here. But anyway, so he's playing it for about a month, and I asked him, how's it going? How's the game going? And he just responded to me, I don't know. I stopped playing it. I was like, well, you just got the game. Why did you stop playing it? Is there just they're not a huge community or something? And he's like, no, there's a huge community. So I asked him, well, what's the problem? And he was just like, that's the problem, is the community. It's just filled with nothing but just douchebags and pieces of fucking shit and trolls who don't care about anybody but themselves. All right. And now that's a shame. That's a shame when, these people are actually hurting the game industry. They're hurting games. And I know that there's a lot of games out there that actually they have ways for you to flag these types of people, but they don't care. They don't give a shit because the only thing that they're going to do is they're just going to go and if they get banned, they'll make another profile under a different email address, different name, whatever, and they'll be right back on the game within about an hour or so. So, yeah. I mean, how do you fix the problem? What do you do? And there's a lot of people out there that say that, the majority of these people are, angry 11, 12, 13-year-olds. Well, here's where it gets scary, okay? Yes, there are those out there, but I think they only make up something like, 12 or 13% of the gaming community, all right? The majority of gamers out there are actually 30 or older. They're in my age, my generation, okay? So, is this really happening? I mean, I've seen it. I have seen it. I've seen people that, late 20s, early mid 30s that are just yelling and screaming and saying just horrible, disgusting fucking things online. And I'm just like, wow, really? This is how you act. Okay. But here's where it gets scary. These people are actually procreating. Okay. They're having kids of their own. All right. These are now those 12, 13-year-olds. Okay. Whereas the people of my generation, all right, who are in their mid to late 30s, okay, hopefully, for the most part, I would think that they know that type of behavior is not socially acceptable. But these kids, the kids of my generation, all right, I honestly don't think they see a problem with it. I honestly don't think they realize that it's socially unacceptable. Okay? Like I said, my generation, they should at least know better. Okay? I can accept the fact that they know better, they just don't give a fuck. All right? They don't care. Because I don't know, they were a self-centered piece of shit to begin with, and they still are. They're still a self-indulgent, self-centered, piece of garbage, and not much has changed. But the fact that now that they're having kids, okay, those kids are just they're horrible little fucking human beings. All right, and I'm sure you've seen them. I'm sure you have seen these people. Okay. These are the same ones that they're in a store or something or at a restaurant and their kid is just yelling, screaming, running around, getting into things, tearing things up, throwing temper tantrums. And they're just standing there on the phone. Not paying attention to the child, not really giving a shit. They're still, even after having kids, they're still completely and utterly self-absorbed. But then when you try to say something to them, the first ones to bark back to you, don't tell me how to raise my child. Well, you know what? I have to. I have to tell you how to raise your child because obviously you have no fucking idea how to do it. Your child is not some little golden Buddha demigod that should be worshipped and allowed to do whatever they fucking want. Well, it's just a child, and they should be allowed to express themselves. Okay, that's fine. Let your kid express themselves. But when they're in public, they should at least know how to fucking act. So here's a little bit of advice for you. Okay? Get off the fucking phone, you self-important bitch and piece of shit, and engage your child. Okay? Because if you want a true example of what a horrible person your fucking kid is, all right, listen into them when they're online. Listen to the things that they say to people. Listen to the things that they do to people online. Okay? These are the type of people that, you know, when they're getting their ass kicked in a match or something, they're yelling and screaming and just throwing temper tantrums and throwing controllers across the room and breaking TVs, breaking game systems, because they have no respect for anything. Not even other people's stuff. Okay? They have no sense of responsibility. These are also the same type of kids that when they do, you know, start getting their ass kicked in something like that, they'll SWAT somebody. You know, for those of you who don't know what that means that they'll call the police or they'll call the SWAT team, making up some elaborate story to have the police or the SWAT team go to that other person's house. You know, they will actually go on the computer, they will look up the IP address or whatever of the person that they're playing against, and they'll call the police on them. Well, I was absolutely shocked when I heard that this was becoming popular. I mean, I literally couldn't fucking believe it. I was like, wow, really? You know, this is what we're coming to now. Okay? Now, hopefully and thankfully, I haven't heard too many cases of this here lately, because I think these stupid little bastards have finally figured out that, you know, the police can trace your call, you dumbass. All right? When they realize nothing is going on at the place that you supposedly said, they realize that you were a prank caller, and they can trace the phone call. You know, I mean, unless you're using a public phone, which good luck finding one of those anymore. You know, they're gonna know. They're gonna know how to get a hold of you. They're gonna know where you're at. But anyway, that's completely, you know, another matter. You know, so back to the subject at hand. Okay. Just why? What is going on with, you know, the internet? When it comes to people on the internet, I mean, you read YouTube comments and you just see vile, hateful thing. I mean, you can get on a damn video about kittens. Okay, kittens, cute kittens playing with a ball, and then you scroll down to the comments section. And it's horrible, like white supremacist, you know, just hate-mongering, crazy, you know, just horrible stuff. And it's like, you know, how do these people get to this? You know, and let alone when you're playing a game with one of these people. I mean, it's, I don't know how some of you out there can do it. I really don't. You know, I personally can't stand it. I cannot tolerate this. And I don't understand how and when it became socially acceptable to be a troll. Troll, because it's funny. You know, it's just like, are you just that detached? Are you so freaking detached that, you know, like I said, you're a fucking sociopath? It's like, wow. You know, you need fucking help. You need serious goddamn help. So, again, people, you know, I'm not saying that I personally, you know, I am capable of empathy. You know, the people that actually out there know me would, you know, disagree with that statement, because I tend to be a little unfeeling at times or unsympathetic towards other people's plights. But, you know, I have my reasons. But I'm at least capable of it. But some of these people out there, I really don't think they're capable. I really don't think that they are capable of just normal conversation with somebody. I think just being a vile, hateful person is who they are. And like I said, you see some of the younger generation out there, and just look at the way that they act in public and the way that, they exchange dialogue with other people. It's getting to the point where it's no longer just the anonymity of, being in your room somewhere with that sense of safety. You see them out in public talking to people that way and acting that way because they really think that's how you communicate. So I don't know. I don't know, guys. I don't know what the solution is. I've already kind of ranted for quite some time here, but, let me know what your opinion is. Let me know what you think, what you think, part of the problem is, why these people are like this or whatever. So I don't know. Like I said, just leave something in the comments or whatever, and maybe we can have a real dialogue in the comments. Maybe there'll at least be one video out there on YouTube where the comment section is general dialogue. So anyway, thanks for listening to this, guys. I'll see and talk to you next time. All right, bye-bye.